Alright, welcome back to another Bedwars video, and today we're going to do the top 20 cheated win streaks because I ran up a last video and this is what you wanted. And to clarify, this will include botted win streaks and boosted win streaks and shared accounts and just like anything as long as it's cheated, but it won't include legit obfuscation bypass win streaks or anti-sniper glitches because those aren't real. But big thanks to the people from the tracking server for helping, especially Nerdy, because like he gave me a good 2/3 of all the info in this video, so special shout out to him and the tracking server. And we're 2 good videos away from 1k, so if you're willing to speed that up, then that would be amazing, astounding, astonishing, extraordinary, remarkable, wonderful, prodigious, phenomenal, staggering, breathtaking, fantastic, mind-blowing, great, terrific, awesome, unreal. Okay, that's not a real word, is it? Wait, what? Amazed balls? It's real. It's a real word. But anyway, just sub it. It's not that hard. At number 20, we have I'm a Hypocrite 4 with 1144. And this account is more commonly known with names like Roka Hello, Roka68, Roka XX. So it's pretty obvious that this account is owned by Crep. And this account was played on mainly late 2023 to early 2024 for like a game a day or a game whenever. But after 1040 of it was achieved, the account was left alone and then transferred to Roka, who bought it with a lot of people pretty high up in this list like Unsnipeable and Hot Drive. And this account actually got the last 100 of their wins after obfuscation, which won't be that uncommon in this list, but it's still impressive even though they probably had a bypass. And at number 19, we have Woons Bagoons with 1155, and this account is owned by Ducky and is better known as Lazy Dodging or Gambler George. It was Ducky's first big win streak using Pug API back when it was private, and it's actually not a botted win streak, which is impressive because botted win streaks are really just like not that hard to achieve. And this account got their win streak in early 2024, but then was again just kind of left alone for a while until earlier this year, back when Ducky came back to play a single game of legit solos and he won, and then he played another game of legit solos and got dogged on and lost at 1155. A lot of people think Nerdy sniped it because he uploaded a video of him claiming to, but Nerdy sniped the 3s mode win streak and the overall win streak was already gone by that time. At number 18, we have God Delusion with 1218, and fun fact, God Delusion is the only person on this list with also a win streak on my legit leaderboard because he got a 534 legit win streak a while back when he was like legit, but then after he joined Xylance he became a sniper and was never legit again. And God Delusion got the first 1000 of these wins by himself, and it was not botted in early 2021 to late 2022, but then he didn't play on the account for like 2 years and gave it to Arham, who botted another 218 wins in late 2024 with Nerdy and Netty. At number 17, we have Vic God TW with 1240, and this account is owned by Pug, who even though he's only on this list once, he's probably like one of the best win streakers because he has 7,000 win streaks, but this is the only one of the list because he usually just like leaves accounts alone after he gets 1,000. But this is a pretty botted account, so it's not really much to say. He went from like 500 to 1240 in like 2 weeks, which kind of shows how much easier botting is. And at number 16, we have Alf PvP 321 with 1256, and this is an account originally owned by Ducky, who got about 1100 of these wins unbotted before 2023, and then he changed the IGN to Loser and he got all the way up to 1241 before getting year banned. And then when it got unbanned, Ducky gave it to Alf, who renamed it to the genius name Alf PvP 321, and Alf got it 15 more wins to 1256 post obfuscation and left it at that. At number 15, we have Crep with 1331, and this is our second win streak that's been lost, and he's also at number 8 on the WLR and number 23 in FKDR as kind of like a extra little milestone. He had botted 1250 of this win streak before 2024, but after he was slowly grinding up until May 12th, where he fake lost at 1300 and then lost for real at 1331 a day later. But this account is pretty botted and played with another high win streak account, Pug API. At number 14, we have Hot Tribe with 1430, and this account was spared by Nerdy and Arham very famously. Everybody really cared, but this account was owned by Ducky, who got 1000 in 2023, then left it alone for a year, which seems to be a common occurrence, and then he gave it to Virtua in May of 2024, who creatively renamed it to Hot Drive, then got it all the way up to 1430. And this win streak was unbotted at first, but after about like 1.2 thousand, it was botted. And it was playing with some pretty notable accounts, mostly Unsnipeable and Winstreak Ducky, but also Vic God TW, Roka, Signrary, Winstreak Ducky, and probably a lot of others. He would have got this win streak higher, but he got banned for a year in August, so he didn't really get the chance to. At number 13, we have Ico with 1498, and this is probably probably the most infamous account on this list because it has a pretty decent history and like a whole lot of videos made on it by Flub, which is a pretty good video, but he makes this win streak out to be legit for some reason, which I don't know why he did that, but it's not legit. It's just not. Flub also tried to make Aiko to be like a girl for some reason. I don't know what he was really trying to do in that video, but it still has some good lore, so you could go watch it. And this account was mainly ran by Reza, who also has a pretty good documentary on. Reza got all the solo wins, and him and GamerBoy81 did all the doubles, but Keith is, MonsterGG, Refo, and I think a couple other people played all the 3s and 4s, botted. It's mainly famous for being kept completely hidden to the public and grinding all the way up to 1421 where it got revealed, and then the account was left alone for a bit until late 2021 when the account started grinding again, and Nebula got sniped by Yusuf in January of 2022 in what was at the time the biggest snipe ever. Though what's most impressive about this account is that none of Reza's wins are botted at all, with all the wins coming from public lobbies and real accounts and no boosters, even going so far as to play with the legit in doubles. I mean, I say legit, but he was like probably the best doubles player at the time, and playing like that did have its drawbacks, as the reason they got sniped in the first place is because Reza got a little too comfy playing non-botted solos, but it's still probably one of the most impressive accounts and win streaks of its time. At number 12, we have Refo with 1529, and this is one of the oldest win streaks on the list since it was achieved in early 2021, and Refo is one of the OG snipers and cheaters since back in the day. They're the ones helping with a lot of big names and big win streaks back in the day, including Aiko, though this win streak wasn't actually done by Refo himself. It was done by Reza and Stellan, who actually didn't bot, so it's the 5th highest non-botted win streak on here. On number 11, we have 0168ML Boa with 1558, and this account is owned by MonsterGG and it's the 8th highest FKDR and the 4th highest lost win streak on the list. At first, I thought this account was botted because not many people play 40 games a day past 1,000, but apparently not a single game on this account is botted, which is pretty impressive, but it is very boosted. This account also has a pretty impressive 500 solo win streak, but the account also lost the win streak in solo to Yusuf again, so I guess I kind of backstabbed him, and the win streak was achieved in 2021 and 2022, with the win streak being lost sometime in March of 2022. At number 10, we have Winstreak Ducky with 1630, and while this win streak is impressive, what's way more impressive is that this is the second ever 10,000 FKDR account, and this win streak wasn't actually botted at first. It kind of just went through the cycle of like grinding and then getting banned and then grinding and then getting banned again until 2024 when he just kind of like gave up and started half botting lobbies. But fun fact, this is the highest sprayed win streak. It was sprayed at around 1361 by Nerdy, and I know everybody really cares about that. This account already had 500 for a couple years, but it went to 500 to 1573 in a month from September to August 2023, which is a kind of telltale sign that this was kind of botted. But afterwards, Lucky got a 1630 in late 2024 after obfuscation, just like a lot of other cheated accounts, where it stands today. At number 7, we have our only tied win streak at 1831, and it was done by the accounts O-Devil, Crep, and Kulal, who's now RRG, and this is the 3rd highest win streak ever lost, and the 3rd highest non-botted win streak ever. Also, lots of people have the misconception that this win streak is legit, and if you think that's the case, then just like watch this video. And while they did spend most of the games probably either legit or closeting, they did b-hop back on snipers, and they probably did cheat pretty hard when they fought anybody good. This win streak was in early 2022, and it was famously sniped by lmaoooo in this video. And this win streak wasn't even really hidden or anything. Most people kind of just didn't care while it was happening because they knew it wasn't legit. At number 6, we have Neddy with 1926, and this is a pretty botted account with the win streak actually being spread out over a long period of time, but it was botted with a GC group containing Arham, Cookie, Crep, Neddy, and Yusuf. The first 1687 were in early 2023, then he got a 1700 in late 2023, then in early 2024 he got all the way up to 1711, then in late 2024 he botted another 217 with Nerdy and Arham on the God Illusion account to get a 1926. At number 5, we have Yusuf at 1973, and this is, as of right now, the highest win streak ever sniped and the 2nd highest win streak ever lost, which we'll get to it, but this may very well be one of the most impressive win streaks on here, as this win streak was not botted at all. It was sniped by Neddy, Ducky, and I think someone else, but the win streak is played on for over a year from 2021 to mid 2022, at times playing just a game a day, but I guess all good things come to an end. At number 4, we have Yusuf at 2025, which is different than Yusuf, and this account was extremely impressive because it was completely unbotted using its own dodging method, the friends dodging method, while racing Yusuf to a 2-3 2,000 win streak, and he got his 2,000 win streak in late 2022 after playing since December of 2021. And this win streak is played with mostly Netty and also Crep, Trophy, December, Roca, and probably a lot of other people. And after 2,000, he slowly got to 2025 from 2023 all the way to late 2024, where he stands today. At number 3, we have ssentGD at 2026. There's no way I'm going to say this correctly, so I'm not even going to try. The haters might say this game is modded, but he played one game legit, so honestly, is it really? This win streak is actually our latest win streak since it started after obfuscation and was played on from August to January, and used the method of just filling the game with bots, DCing the bots, and just waiting for the beds to break automatically. That's how I got every win except for one on this win streak. This account is owned by JD and is currently banned for having a bad pet name. At number 2, we have Unsnipeable, or Arham depending on what name finder you use, at 2192. This is the second highest win streak ever, and it's actually a win streak that was lost, but we'll get to that. This account was owned by Ducky and not Arham, and I've gotten mixed information on if it was botted or not, but I'm pretty sure it was botted. But after 2024, it was actually unbotted for sure, and it's the highest win streak played on unbotted, if anybody cares. This account was playing with lots of other win streak accounts like Hot Drive, Roca, Signmary, 0168, Emaboa, Jackson Sister, Iced Fanboy, and probably others. It spans from June of 2024 all the way to the end of September, past obfuscation, where it got year banned mid-game and lost the win streak at 2192. At number 1, we have Secret all the way up at 3239, and this account is owned by MonsterGG and also has the highest FKDR, third highest WLR, second highest VBLR, and as you might presume, it is completely botted, but it's still well over 1,000 wins over the next highest because it's similar to ICO and the fact that it was kept hidden from the public until after the win streak is fully grinded out over the course of well over a year, and it was revealed sometime in April Fools of 2022, right after 0168 Emaboa lost their win streak. And then this account kind of just stayed still until it played one last game in 2024 and for Unsnipeable's 2,000 win streak, where it stands today at 3239. And that's all the win streaks for now, but there are probably a lot more hidden win streaks. These are other win streaks that are just public unless I fumbled, which is probably pretty likely at this point. And cheated win streaks isn't exactly like my forte, so if you need like more information or more accurate information, you can just join the tracking server and ask like anybody about anything. And here's the full list of all the win streaks in one place, and the highest unbotted win streaks from this list, which is probably more important if you're focusing on skill anyway. But thanks for watching, and next video will be the top 20 to 25 highest solo win streaks, if you're wondering, since it got second place in the poll and I also just want to do that video, so stay tuned for that. But finally, this video is dedicated to P-Tor because he like asked for it, I think. Wait, no, scratch that. This video is dedicated to whoever made the Discord, the one Discord gif of Dewey. That shit made my day like 2 weeks ago. Like genuinely, if you have proof that you made that, I'll like shout you out in every video ever. But thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Swierzbinski. Swierzbinski? Queerspinski? Bro, this name is so ass, bro.